What's happening? My name is Asia One. I am the founder of the B-Boy Summit and of No Easy Props Productions.
And how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing probably 17 years.
Wow. And who are some of your inspirations?
Some of my dance inspirations are obviously Ken Swift, probably was one of my first early dance inspirations. Easy Rock, K-Mel, B-Boy Intrigue, Alien Ness, B-Boy Float, Troll from Street Masters, even Teal Steel from Street Masters, several of my inspirations, and Marcella from Battle Squad from Italy, and yeah.
And how were you able to take...
Oh, and Shabadoo now, but yeah.
And how were you able to take something like street dance, which is to consider most a hobby, into something successful like a business like B-Boy Summit?
I think it comes from my background. I've pretty much been a self-made entrepreneur my whole life since I grew up in Denver, and I opened up the first hip-hop shop out there called La Casa del Funk, and I did that in '91 after I graduated high school. So when I moved to the West Coast in around '94, I wanted to work with people that were doing amazing things in hip-hop and dance and music and art, and I was really inspired by the b-boy, b-girl scene, and it was so underground, and there wasn't really many places that people could dance at, because clubs at that point in time didn't allow b-boys and b-girls to have circles inside the clubs and sneakers and caps and stuff like that. So I wanted to have our own event where we could dance and bring people that we recognized in our scene and inspire younger people to get involved in this kind of art form. So by starting that event based on a need for it, because there wasn't anything like that, it turned into something much larger because there was a genuine interest in it. And so I think my business background, as well as my ability to have a vision of something that needs to happen that isn't happening, kind of combine and create something that's successful, really.
Okay. And as a female dancer, how did dance growing up help you with your self-esteem, your personality, your character, getting to find out about yourself?
Yeah, I could definitely say I started out late in the game. I really didn't start b-boying until I was in my early 20s. But it changed my life. I mean, I was living a way that I wasn't proud of exactly who I was at a certain point. And when I really made the commitment to fully go into this, I changed my life. I just stopped hanging around people that wasn't doing anything good, and I learned more about myself, knowledge of other people, through an organization called Universal Zulu Nation, and I credit that for really helping me on my journey too, to uplift myself and giving me confidence in my abilities, and not really putting my emphasis as myself being a woman, because within hip-hop, it's all about skills. So it really doesn't matter where you're from, it's where you're at, you know, in your mind and your body and your soul, when you get down on the floor, on the walls, or on the microphone, on the turntables. So that was the biggest appeal to me. I fell in love with hip-hop. For me, it's less about the idea of dance solely and more about hip-hop as a culture and a community, and my ability to channel that love that I have for that into my dance to help create something like with momentum, you know, because it's bigger to me than just dance. I love dance, but there's what I consider with b-boying especially is it's like it became to me like something that I didn't want to do without in my life, you know. And then it also opened me to other forms of dance, hence meeting Shabadoo and dance with people like that, and understanding that it's less about the style of dance that you consider yourself a specialist at, and more about how similar these dances are and the soul that is inside of each one of them that's very similar.
And when it's all said and done, What would you like your legacy to be?
Oh, I feel I would like my legacy to be that she was a woman who had a vision and manifested it with help from others to create something much larger than just something for herself. That she helped take b-boying up a notch to another level and inspired and influenced people around the world.
Is there anything currently that you're doing to help push the dance culture forward that you'd like to promote?
Sure. Yeah, I'm doing the B-Boy Summit again this year in Los Angeles in October 18th and 19th, that weekend. And this every year that I do the event, I don't always do it every year, but when I do it, I have an inspiration to do it. And this year my inspiration is called Pros to Proteges. And the focus is there's going to be a battle series and a panel series that deal with someone and their student combining together. And from a panel perspective, it makes it great because the educational aspect of what we do and why we do it is so important for other people to understand why people do what they do and how they got there, so they can understand, okay, wow. And hearing it from someone that's an elder as well as somebody, a younger generation person together, is, I think, the ticket to get to reaching everyone. So that's kind of my motivation this year, is the idea of pros to proteges, and that itself down.
Thank you for your time.
Sure. Thank you.